The Muffin Man!
Do you know the Muffin Man? Hello, and welcome to Topcast, the Untitled Podcasters podcast, where we talk about movies and get off topic. My name is Andrew. I am one of your hosts. Alongside me today, my other hosts, Steve.
Hello?
And Colby.
Hello.
A little delay there.
Thought we lost you already.
Yeah, right, seriously. And today's episode is going to be focused on Stranger Things, seasons 3, 4, and 5, the final season there. This is a follow-up to our previous episode where we talk about seasons 1 and 2. Had a nice hiatus in between these two episodes. If I'm remembering right, the last one we recorded after Volume 1 of Season 5 had come out, but I don't believe Volume 2 or the finale had been released yet.
Correct.
Nope. So we were waiting for those to drop part of it there.
Yep. Mostly my fault, because I was way behind in rewatching it.
Yeah, Steve's fault, and then, we aren't consistent with anything. If you were a listener, you know that.
We try.
But we, next few weeks, maybe.
Maybe.
We
got things on the docket. There could be episodes.
What'd you say, Colby?
I said, let's not make any promises.
Yeah, I know. You at least have this episode to hold you over. Whenever this gets uploaded.
What we'll do is we'll release this.
But yeah, so
increments.
There you go.
Well, actually, to the listeners of Spotify, they won't know the difference because that episode hasn't gone up yet.
Oh. Well,
at least on Spotify.
We do Spotify and YouTube, so yeah.
The YouTube one's up. The Spotify one isn't. But for some reason, the Spotify, every time I try to upload it, it like crashes. So I'm gonna reset the account and try again.
And just erase everything.
No, I'm not gonna erase everything. I'm just gonna I don't know. I'm gonna try a few things. For whatever reason, it just crashes and it won't upload. But
nice.
And none of our listen. I know a lot of people don't listen, but the numbers change every once in a while, even if they go up a few, and they haven't changed in 2 months. So, since we recorded the last one, so I gotta figure out. I might just email. There's an email to the people to ask why it seems like nothing's working. So hopefully this will be up there soon.
This isn't a conversation to have right now.
Oh well.
Here we go, getting off topic just like we do. So I don't know. I guess how do we want to do this? Or we want to go straight from season 3?
We should or
do we want to
work up?
So just full disclosure, I probably won't say much about seasons 3 and 4 because it's been a while since I watched them. But
Steve's
when you guys say things, it'll trigger my memories.
I say we start with Steve on season 3.
Cool.
Yeah. What I typically like about these seasons, now that I've watched them twice, is the introduction of new characters. Because every season there seems to be one really dynamite new character that they add. Season 3 is they add Robin. Steve works at Scoops. And I just feel like that dynamic works really well. At least to start the season.
Yeah.
It gets, from what I remember, season 3 is they go down into the bunker. It's this is the one where they basically takes place at the mall.
Yeah, this is
Stargate, I believe it's called.
Yep.
I enjoyed season 3. I think we're still in order where season 1's the best. Season 2 is next. Season 3 is also it's still in that order. If I had to guess, but I think Robin's a good addition.
I agree with that. I think there's a big gap for me between seasons 2 and 3, though. Not a big gap, but bigger than 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like 2 and 3 are pretty close for me. I like the whole Russian side of it. I think that part's fun. But
I don't really know what it was, but I remember when I was rewatching it, liking it more this first time. And I think maybe that was because when I initially watched Stranger Things for the first time, it was when season 3 came out. So It might have been for that too. But
yeah, season 3 is like I binged the first 2 seasons like the week before season 3 came out.
Gotcha.
I think season 3 may have already been out before I.
A lot of people are either like the Russian stuff or they hate anything.
Yeah, this season is like heavily divided.
Yeah, I like the Russian
that was the
subplot.
Season, like people.
Yeah, well, season 4 came right on its heels and broke people in different ways. So
yeah, good one. Love jokes about death of children.
Well, it's like season 2, you get Max,
fake out deaths, I should say,
and Billy, which are great additions. But then you get Robin in this one. You still have Max. You still have Billy. Why am I blanking on like the main storyline of it though?
The main storyline is
we get Alexei. See, I know you were a big fan. I think he's like a little overrated. He doesn't do much. He just flails around and then he dies.
I'm with you there.
Straight up, he doesn't do anything. He literally provides nothing.
He really doesn't. He's a good Russian.
I want to share his cherry slushy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's coming back to me now because Hopper has to like fend off like that Russian Terminator guy for most of the season, which is pretty fun. They go back to the lab, which is always fun, and then Joyce freaks out about where Bob died for like the 15th time. Also fun.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I enjoyed. Go for it.
I was gonna say I like the fairground in the mall setting. I think those are just the vibe of the season is very fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the set piece of the mall is very cool. And I know at one point they hide out in a movie theater, and aren't they watching like Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Which is very cool.
Yeah, because they're talking about Marty with his mom.
Yeah. And like all the kids are involved by the end when they have to attack the Mind Flayer or whatever.
This season does what seasons 2, 3, 4, and 5 all do, where the cast is kind of split up doing different things for most of it.
Yeah.
And I found in every season I enjoy it more when they're all united.
Right.
Like it's an ensemble part.
A lot of people share that thought process. I think the show definitely gets weaker when they're divided. When the gang's all together, it's a lot more entertaining and fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, they feed off of each other so well.
Right.
As characters, the different age groups with like the older kids and the younger kids. Like,
Erica starts to be relevant in season 3. I hate Erica.
You don't like Erica?
She's just so annoying.
Yeah,
she reminds me of my students.
It's either people
really
love
what
Erica,
it is.
Hate Erica.
I don't like Erica.
She's like I don't mind character.
She's stubborn.
Yeah.
Which again, she reminds me of my students. Only have it her way, and it works for them. Like it does.
Yeah.
It's just I don't like this is like a middle school age girl telling you like what to do.
But she's like really smart. Like most of it makes sense.
Yeah, no, she's sensible. I'll give her that. She's annoying, but she's right.
Yeah. She was one of those like underutilized characters. I feel like later in the show.
Yes, I agree.
He like falls off a little bit.
Too much.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she kind of disappears for a while. She's just like a side character again.
Yeah.
But I do like the battle at the end, like when they
the 4th of July kind of thing.
Yeah, and we lose Hopper potentially.
Right.
Which
I liked the dynamic Elle had with Max. Like I liked their friendship. Like season 2 when Elle comes back and she's like, Max is another girl in her group, so she kind of gets jealous, but it's never explicitly like
said that.
That's the memo that's happened there.
Yeah.
But then they become like really good friends in season 3, and I'm like, and I really like that because they have like good connection, and then it sets up what comes in the next few seasons too with those two characters.
Right. Yeah, because she breaks up with Mike for like half of season 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
She dumps his ass.
Oh yeah, I dump your ass. Did we?
But that season, Lucas in that season, I think I like. He's just so like dry.
Yeah.
And his commentary is awesome. I like him in that season. more than season 1. He's a jerk, but
he just gets mad and yells the whole season 1.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
yeah, he's like
Yeah,
just a whine. Yeah.
he like
But no,
overacts
I liked him
a
in
little
season
bit
3.
too.
Yeah.
You get that with Mike though too. Sometimes Mike, he like shakes his head a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, just stop shaking." That doesn't tell me you're acting. That just tells me you don't know what to do with your body.
Right.
He said,
Yeah, exactly.
He like delivers a line and he shakes his head. I'm like, can we stop? And his hair gets longer as we go, so it gets worse because his hair moves more. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you don't have to bob your head to act. You can just stand there. It's okay. I remember that bothering me. I'd see it and be like, oh, come on. Why are we doing this?
Yeah. I don't know if it was season.
I noticed that. He does move his head all the time.
Always.
I think it was season 3 where I started to not like Mike. And
He's
I know right. I hated him in season 4. I know we're jumping ahead there just for a second, but that was all I was gonna say there.
Just hated him season 4.
Yeah. I could say more, but I'll save it for when we talk about season 4.
Now, if we're going, so season 1, like they destroy the Demogorgon, basically.
Yes.
Season 2 is the like she's the Demodogs.
Yes.
And then season like in the basement kind of there of Hawkins, right?
Dustin's creature.
Yeah.
Pet. I can't think of his name.
D'Artagnan.
Dart.
Yeah. And then season 3, obviously the gate at the Stargate Mall with the Mind Flayer kind of thing. Like which finale at 1 through 3 are we hyped on the most so far?
I think
if we're judging it based on finales, I might say season 3.
I was gonna say I think season
even
3
is finale. Yeah. Even
so
though
far, so far.
Yeah, so far. Yeah.
That was kind of my thought. I was rewatching them. I'm like, each finale has got better, which you want in your show. I wouldn't say the season as a whole has gotten better as you go, but like the finale has gotten better, which is key because you got to stick the landing. So, because you basically know by season 3, like we're gonna get another year of school where there's another problem with the Upside Down, and what are we facing this time? And this is how we're going to do it, and this is how it's going to get done, and let's see what it looks like at the end. Like, you kind of know the formula by season 3.
Yeah. Right.
This isn't necessarily jumping ahead to seasons 4 and 5, because this is a problem I have with the show overall, is I hate, because when you said, we'll get another year of school and there's another issue with the Upside Down, it just triggered something in me. I hate that every time there's a problem, all of these characters who have gone through all this trauma together have trouble believing each other whenever they say something is happening or something crazy has been done or whatever it is. Everybody's like,
yes,
I don't know. Dude. Like,
maybe they got
they're
blacked.
Right, they're too calm about some of these things too.
Yeah, it is a little rough.
They're like, oh my god, I just saw a demo dog or whatever, and then he's like, well, it's probably nothing. Like, what do you mean? Like, come on.
They never believe. They never believe Will, like, ever.
Honestly,
he's like the only one who had been there for a while.
Right.
Like,
he's your most credible source, people.
Right.
That's just a peeve of mine. I hate it. I hate it. Or like when Joyce was freaking out with the magnets, the magnetic thing wasn't working, and then she went to Hopper, and Hopper's like, nah, that's nothing. You're crazy. Like, what are you talking
about? She could be crazy, but it's something worth looking into based on what you do know.
I mean, maybe it's not anything to do with the portal, but I wouldn't shoot it down. It's not worth not investigating.
Right. At least put like 24 hours into it before you're like, nah, that's stupid.
Like, I hate it every time. In every season, there's stuff like that. At the beginning of the season, something happens and the characters start talking about it, or somebody talks about it, and everybody around them shoots them down, telling them how crazy they are. Like, that's impossible.
Well, it's like,
what are you talking about?
End of season 2 when they like suck the black out of Will, right? And then it comes back. They're like, how does it come back? What do you mean? It just went into the sky. Like, it could be anywhere.
Yeah, seriously. You don't know it's gone.
Yeah, you didn't know the science behind this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely like the Billy stuff in season 3 too, where he's the one who gets, becomes evil basically, and becomes like the chief who has to go and get everybody. That's pretty cool.
I listened to another podcast and they were talking about how season 2, Billy is like an evil person. Like he doesn't want Max hanging out with Lucas because Lucas is black. But then in season 3, he becomes evil for the story purpose. Like,
yeah,
it's just a neat thing there.
Oh.
I think he was a character who was only supposed to be one season, but
they liked him.
They liked him so much, which has a case of a lot of. Let me start that sentence again. Is something that happened with a lot of characters in the show.
Yeah, I mean, Steve was supposed to die in season 1.
Yeah.
So, but thank God he didn't, because I would say over the 5 seasons, he runs the table for favorite character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for me,
for sure.
Least.
No, he's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What else in season 3? I can't think of anything like crazy. I think it's solid like middle season. Like the story progressed.
I think the reason I don't think season 3 is better than season. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's better than season 1 and 2 technically on paper. Yeah. I do think it has a more fun vibe than those 2 seasons, though.
Yes,
I think
I agree.
You have the 4th of July extravaganza going on. You have everything with the.
I mean, it's where the stage the kids are at in life too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily better, but I think it is more of a fun time.
And I think that's where the show. It starts to turn in this direction, but it doesn't ultimately end up going there, where it's like feeding into like their lives too. Like seasons 1 is all find Will, Demogorg, or like upside down stuff. Season 2 is like that same thing there, and then this one kind of it's more real world, like the carnival festival thing. It kind of makes it more like Hawkins and not just them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think with all the seasons, Hawkins is a place I'd want to hang out, which is cool about it. Like I know it's an 80s culture thing too. Like 80s culture stuff is just awesome, but it just seems like a small town like that would be like I go and watch movies and sometimes I'm like I don't want to be in this place. Like it doesn't look like fun. Don't want to visit it. Don't care. But then there's other things I watch and I'm like I want to go there. I want to hang out there. I could hang out there for a day. Like I could go there for the weekend. And that feels like Hawkins.
I'm a huge paranormal guy, as you guys know. And while I was rewatching this series, I'm like, because we live in an area of Massachusetts, for listeners, with a lot of paranormal activity had been reported throughout history, called the Bridgewater Triangle. And whenever watching the show, I'm always like kind of like trying to see like where is their connections to any of that kind of stuff too. Like the big thing that comes to mind is the whole show is based on Will disappearing.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's like so many cases in this area of people going missing too. Most of them are found not conscious. So Will's the outlier there, unless they wanted to just change it up. I don't know.
Yeah. He loses consciousness fairly frequently too, though.
True, it's true.
It's pretty frequent.
But he always gets it back. So.
He always does. He always does.
At the end of the day, he's breathing. So
yeah. So goes season 4. Any season 3 final thoughts? Good middle season.
Yes. Continued to satisfy. In season 4, we got in 2 parts.
Okay, so I don't remember how it rolled out.
I think, and I'm gonna fact check this right now, but I think it was like
part 2.
It was okay. It was 6 and then 2, which was stupid.
But the last 2 are like 2.5 hours each. Or close.
Yes, this is the longest.
It was like 2 or 3 months though.
Yeah.
Was it?
And I remember we I had finished the season. This is when all 3 of us still worked at Lego. Because I think Steve, you were going home to watch it. You're like, I can't wait to go watch kids die.
Yep.
And I'll just always remember you walking out of the store saying that. And then I was thinking to myself, no kids die. But Max gets pretty close.
She kind of dies, right? Not
Yeah,
really. I
I'd be
guess.
surprised she didn't. Well, we know why now, but like,
yeah.
I saw season 4. I vocally am not a huge fan of it, but I'm sure there are positives that I'll, probably negate that statement later on in this episode. I just don't like how it felt stretched out. And it definitely, I don't know if the runtime is the longest out of all the seasons, but it felt like the longest to watch.
Yeah.
And
I think it is because I think every single episode was over an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I know it's fine if you can keep my attention for that entire time, which it didn't do as well as I had hoped it would. It had good moments though. Like, I mean, I think the takeaway from that season is definitely Max. I think that she's definitely, I don't know, just her acting in that is incredible. And I also, I don't know, I liked Elle lost her powers. But then they come back, wash, rinse, repeat. At the beginning of the season there, like, and I do like how she Joyce kind of like adopted her. And I like that relationship she had with Will and Jonathan as like brother sister kind of thing. Argyle's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are just some general thoughts.
Not only were the kids separate season, but they're on opposite sides of the country.
Yeah, that too.
So
not to mention.
So for me, the Will, the Mike, all that's if you don't have Argyle there, like, it's unwatchable. Like,
yeah,
it's not even fun to be with them until like they find Elle in the desert. Like, and all the Elle stuff didn't really work for me in season 4. Like, I don't care that she has to whenever they went back to the bunker, I was like, Jesus Christ! I don't want to be here. Like, I don't care.
Elle in the bunker was the slowest part of that season. I think that was the roughest part to watch.
Yeah.
Which was tough because when that season started, she bashed a girl's head with a roller skate.
Right. And you're like, cool.
I'm like,
this is awesome.
Cool, awesome.
Yeah.
She also gave us one of the cringiest scenes in television history, too. It was when she confronted that girl in the plaza and pretended to use her powers on her or whatever, and she screamed at her.
Oh, yeah, that was I think that was the same, like, scene, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that
was bad.
This was the season with the least nosebleeds, I think.
Right.
No.
Yeah, for me though, season 4, like, that stuff unwatchable. But like the other half of it, anything in Hawkins, the storyline with Henry and all that stuff, I really enjoyed. The reveal that like you get Vecna, the reveal that Vecna is Henry is one was like one of the coolest things that could have ever happened. And the second time watching it, I was like, I should have known. First time I had no clue. But the second time I was like, there are clues all along that it was him.
Yeah,
and I didn't piece them together.
I caught on to that pretty fast.
I had an idea, but like I think starting the episode I was oblivious, but then like I forget how they like revealed it, but it was like one of those like I am Voldemort, like hello things like in the Chamber of Secrets where the letters swap or something. And when that started, I'm like, okay, now I know where this is going.
Well, they show Vecna in the Upside Down, like, in his like fugue state where he's like hanging.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
and they like slowly zoom in on his arm, and like the vines move away, and it says 001. So it was like a slow reveal to that, but like it was so cool. I didn't catch on. I don't know if I just missed it the first time. This time I obviously knew, but like as it was slowly getting revealed, I was like, I should have known a couple episodes in that Henry was Vecna. I mean, I still think he's probably the best villain of the whole thing. I like his story and how he becomes Vecna. What he looks like is really cool. And
Dr. Brenner,
dies.
That was a.
Oh, he's alive yet.
Yeah, well, that was both, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that was. I like that there.
I think the Hopper and Joyce and Murray storyline was pretty interesting. Like, I liked the Russians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy, the guy in what, like the guy that he's in prison with in Russia, like he's the prison guard, but then he becomes the prisoner. I watched hours of this show, and I'm like, who is that guy? Like, he's a big character in something else, and he's the faceless man in Game of Thrones who like trains Arya.
Oh.
And I had no clue, and then I was like, holy shit, it's the guy from Game of Thrones. Like, there was just like a look he gave.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what was his name? Like,
you knew from that look.
Yeah, it was like, was it like Jokin Hajar or whatever his name was? But I was
don't remember his name, but I know the character, yeah.
He was the guy who trained Arya to be the faceless person.
Faceless, yeah.
But it took me the whole season. Like, they were basically almost done with his storyline, and I figured it out. I was like, because I don't want to look it up. I want to, like, figure it out. And I figured it out.
No, I'll look it up.
I like that stuff.
I'm like, if I've seen this person, I'm like, where have I seen them? Because it will not come to me.
I'll wait until I'm done watching whatever it is, and if I haven't figured it out, then I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I'll just open up Google.
I knew I had episodes to figure it out, so I was like, I'll figure it out. It's going to take me a few days to watch these.
You'll be back, so
I'll figure it out.
I can put this in the back of my head.
Yeah. I like the resurgence of like that Kate Bush running up that hill song. Like, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was like a global phenomenon there for a while.
Honestly.
So that was a fun aspect of it, because like that music cue meant that, things were happening that you were kind of excited for on the show.
Right.
So I like that part of it. Haven't even talked about Eddie, the addition of Eddie to season 4. I remember the first watch, like, really loving Eddie as a character, and he added a lot to the story. And I rewatched it, and I still love Eddie, but like, he doesn't add a lot to this. Like, he basically gets falsely accused of killing the girl, and then he's on the run, and then they go to the Upside Down, and he dies. Like, he really doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah. He's just cool. Like, you just want to hang out with him.
His death was pretty unnecessary.
Yeah,
it was, and I really think his character was there to give Dustin's character like development,
more meaning.
Yeah.
Well, he also has the most epic like Metallica song drop.
Yeah, no, that's like legendary.
Well,
but
cool.
Yeah.
I really if you're gonna go out. That's how you want to do it.
I really like when they like Steve gets sucked in the lake, and then like you think he's gonna die, and then the episode cuts, and it cuts back, and they all show up. This is kind of where Nancy like grows into like more of a badass character, like even further than she was.
Yeah, she is.
Well, she's Rambo in season 5, so.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
But now we're
season 5 is what we're gonna get to. The good stuff.
Well, just before we do that, season 4, I think the cliffhanger of that season might have been like the best part of the season.
Absolutely.
And that's all, folks.
It was really good. I think also the ending where they, shotgunned Vecna out of the house or whatever, and he falls onto the ground. And then they all go down there, and he's just gone.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, right.
You didn't see this guy on fire waddling away? Like, he couldn't possibly have made it that far.
Sure.
But
whatever you say.
The void opening up or whatever was pretty cool.
It was, and I'm upset we didn't get to see that.
What, like the void open?
Yeah, just the continuation of that.
Yeah,
like how that episode ended to me was, I mean, and Stranger Things has this thing where every episode like seamlessly flows into the next one.
Yeah.
And that's what I was expecting, and I don't know, a lot of stuff happened between season 4 and 5, which I don't know what the plan always was or what changed or not, but I was hoping we'd get some kind of payoff to that, but there really wasn't any, if I'm remembering right. They maybe mentioned it briefly.
Now,
well, we had that.
Yeah. Now that we have season 4, what's our favorite finale?
Season 3 would probably still.
I still think season 3 is just more fun.
Because it's as a finale. Season 4 plays like the last few minutes of it are really cool. Like after the characters,
like Andrew
characters don't
said,
unite until the finale.
Right.
But yeah,
I don't know, like the Creel house kind of like splitting and everyone like on the verge of being dead, and then kind of like all shifting their power to like succeed and get rid of Vecna. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, in the scene too, with Max being possessed, like when she's floating in the air and then her bones snap, like
Yeah,
I get uncomfortable watching that scene.
I like a good bone snap.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm watching. I'm like, this is terrifying. I'm like, this is awesome. This is so cool.
Well, I've snapped a couple, so
the scene where Dustin was talking to Eddie's uncle after in the end, I thought that was a really touching scene. That was a really good.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
And then Robin like gets to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with her crush.
Yeah.
They like to throw in that sentimental stuff every once in a while.
They do.
I can appreciate. I don't know, like I know season 4 is more of a slog, and there's definitely like stuff that could have been cut out for time. Like I didn't really love Chrissy's boyfriend there, who was like chasing them the whole season.
Player.
Yeah, like he was kind of annoying. Not to mention like he was like,
there to give Lucas something to do.
Right. Not to mention he was a 5'2" white guy who was the best basketball player on his team.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, like you're not fooling anyone.
He should have been a black kid, like for sure. Like, there's just no way. Like, make it realistic. I mean, I guess it was the 80s.
They cut him in half.
It's like the Larry Bird, maybe, but he was tiny. I was like, you don't play basketball. Like, come on. And then he just, like, unsanctimoniously gets cut in half.
Ripped in half. That's
which is kind of great.
Yeah.
But also
that was kind of
not.
Good.
Yeah.
They're like, we just need to get rid of him. Because I think they wrote him in, but then they didn't know how to end his story. So they were like, we'll just cut him in half.
Yeah. So. You know what?
Yeah, because if they're
like, we're not going to kill anybody huge, so besides Eddie, so we'll just throw this out there too.
Right.
Let's give him Chuck, whatever the hell his name is.
I don't remember his name. Jason?
I don't think it was Chuck. Jason sounds right.
I think it was Jason.
I think so. Let's see.
I do like when they go and visit Creel in prison, and he has like no eyes because he gouged them out. Like, that's cool. And that's Robert Englund, the guy who played him, who plays Freddy Krueger in the Freddy Krueger movies, which was really cool.
Yeah. It was Jason.
Was it Jason?
I just Googled basketball player who gets cut in half in Stranger Things.
Jason.
Yep. It's Jason Carver.
That's literally what Google's for. Questions like that.
Yeah, no, it really is, yeah.
You're using Google properly.
See, who needs ChatGPT when you have to?
All right. Any more season 4 thoughts? Because I have a thought on 5, like right out the gate.
I think you're good.
Let's yeah.
Well, did any of you guys watch that documentary?
I did not.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, don't, because it's a terrible documentary.
Yeah, I heard not good things about it.
But like,
in what way? Like, what is terrible?
Elaborate.
Okay, so I watched it at work because I had nothing else to do, and like I could watch it without having to focus on it. But like I was watching it, and it's supposed to be about Stranger Things, but it's really just about how the Duffer Brothers didn't know what they were doing for season 5, and it just makes them.
So when I said ChatGPT, is that what popped into your head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just I don't know, and like I'm overall very positive on season 5. Overall positive on the whole show. But like this documentary makes them look terrible. Like they shouldn't have put it out because it just makes them the things that they say on camera and then they put out in this documentary on Netflix on the streaming service that you just put out a giant show. It makes you look awful. Like they're going to lose jobs because of this documentary.
So just what I was referencing there, there was like in part of that documentary, it shows them like working on the script, and you can see ChatGPT like opened in like 2 other tabs.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah,
it like
how does that make the final cut of that too? Like
I don't know. Somebody didn't edit that properly.
Because the Duffer Brothers made it. Maybe I don't know.
And like a documentary does that. It does that thing where you get Millie Bobby Brown, and she's sitting on a couch and she's asked a question about the Duffer Brothers, so she answers it, and like it's all positive because you're not going to say anything bad about the directors that just made you who you are, basically.
Right.
But like Hopper and Joyce and some of the main characters, like they don't interview because they weren't interested. And they didn't feel like the Duffers were as good as the kids did because the kids got famous because of it.
That tracks.
And like when they have the Duffer, a lot of it is just interviews with the Duffer brothers or shots of them talking to each other or shots of them in a writing room talking about what they should do next.
Yeah.
And they don't seem like they're as competent as they should be for like they're forgetting things that have happened in the past and they're like, "Oh, we have to make sure we don't do that because don't forget about this." Like,
yeah.
So it just, I don't know. It was weird. It's like, don't put this out. Like, you should have proof watched this, and you didn't.
I don't know where the rumor started, but I remember leading into season 5. Everybody kept talking about the Duffers had all this stuff planned all along, yada yada yada. They never did. And even before that documentary came out, and even before season 5 came out, we all know they did not have this show planned more than the first season at the time.
It's one thing to say, like, we had a plan and some things changed.
Yeah.
But I think they knew what they were doing for season 1.
And that was it. And then it got so popular that they just had to keep making episodes.
Right.
That's what it was. There was not originally a plan going.
I do wonder if is there a reason they stopped? I want to know if there's a reason they stopped at season 5. I mean, I get the kids are not kids anymore.
I was gonna say probably because a lot of these
in the same vein, like maybe it's a Netflix thing too, because I know Netflix typically only goes like 3 seasons with their shows, unless it's a big success like this one was. But I don't know. That was something I was curious about there too.
I mean, also, all right, hear me out. If season 5 did not end the show conclusively, would you really have been interested in a season 6? Like, how many more seasons are you going to be watching?
You know got what I mean? Point there, yeah.
Right.
Like, I think they knew they had to end it before it went too far because I think season 3 had already divided a lot of the fan base. Season 4 dragged them along the ground even further. So I think they knew they had to wrap it up one way or another. They had to call this the final season. I mean, sure, even though they claim they're not doing any other major spin-off shows, I'm sure Netflix is going to need more money at some point, and in 3 or 4 years from now, they're going to be like, Mike and Will are on a hunt for 11, and we're going to go watch a 6-episode thing about that. I'm sure they'll bring these characters back.
Nancy's getting a book.
I saw that, yeah.
And they're doing
books.
And they're doing a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's going to be like between seasons 3 and 4, I think.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's cool. Like, I mean, I'll watch it, but I don't know. I don't know. I know I enjoyed, so overall I enjoyed season 5 and the finale. I was content with it.
Yep.
Once I realized they weren't gonna make any big sacrifices.
Yeah.
Which, going into this season, I think they set the bar high for like attention.
Definitely.
You know what and that never reached the level that they would set it at.
I think they hyped the season up themselves too much.
And I get that they probably had to do that. But yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of it was weird. They had said, because they had said things like this Christmas is going to be heartbreaking, or like that was one thing, and then I don't know, they made it really sound like they were going to do more. So once I had accepted that they weren't killing people, I enjoyed it a lot more, which for me, that was like not too far into volume 2. I know volume 1, like, they should have killed at least one of Mike's parents. Because
Mr. Wheeler, at least.
Because no one liked him. So, like, that would have been fine. That's fan service, if anything else, right? There's just, like, having us... Because that scene where they get attacked Like that was scary, and it was so cool.
Yeah.
Like to see her get slashed and like see them bleeding out. Like, oh, my first thought is, wow, they're not alive. And then
they're alive.
Then it cuts to what was it? There was like, I don't know, there was a scene where like somebody rushes out, and then like it's Mike and Nancy and they're together or whatever. And then the look on their face, I was like, oh my god, like this is them like getting the notice that their parents died. Nope. And then Mrs. Wheeler comes in at the end, and she has her moment of redemption, and that's it. Like they just didn't. It had no payoff. And then I also think so at the end of Volume 1, I did like. I know they made Holly Wheeler a huge character in this season, and I liked it. I liked everything they did with her. I just wish she had more setup for it.
I just didn't like how old she was. The year they only gapped the show.
Yeah, that didn't bother me as much, but
a 1 year gap, and then she was like 8 years older.
Yeah,
yeah.
She was like 6 in season 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
And that actress was like, I know she's probably like 14 or something, but she seemed like she was like a 16-year-old girl in that show.
Yeah, she but I mean, like she did a phenomenal job with the acting there, and I liked the sibling dynamic she had with Mike and Nancy. Like I like that, especially season 5. Like they had the moment where Mike shows her like Holly the Heroic, I think was the name, and I know that's setting something up later on, but it was just nice that she gave her that moment. And when she said that she was like seeing things, I'd like Mike like should have connected those dots there.
Absolutely.
That's what I mean.
And then like even
who's Mr. What's It? Like
right,
we all know who Mr. What's It is.
Yeah, you're not fooling anybody here.
His name's Mr. What's It?
Seriously, like
does he have a number 1 printed on his arm?
Yeah. I think she describes him at one point too. And I'm pretty sure Mike's there for that. But so there was that, and then I had another thought that escaped my mind. It'll come back to me later. But Will getting his powers at the end of Volume 1 was awesome.
Pretty bad.
That was cool. The only thing that this is what I just wish would have happened to make it better. I'm not nor here nor there. It's not going to keep me up at night if it doesn't, or that it didn't. I just feel like it wasn't earned enough. Like, I was waiting for something like Mike or Joyce. I think if they had off Joyce there, the Demodogs got her. That was like what made Will like come out and like release his powers. I felt like that would have been really cool. But I know they're not going to kill off Winona Ryder or Mike.
No.
Or Will, for that matter, or any of them. But that's like something like I would have liked to see something like that.
Yeah. So one of my biggest complaints, I'd say, of 5, but like again, not overly upset with season 5, but I think going back to what Colby said, where they didn't have a plan. If they had a plan, they would have gave him like a Will Tingle like a season or 2 ago, where you would have got like a look of like, does he not? Because one of my biggest things about this final season is that they've been to the Upside Down for four seasons, and now there's an abyss. There's another lair.
Yeah, right.
Like that we have to go to. Like that should have kind of been like a thing that was like maybe thought about or like sussed out in a season or 2 ago, or like
because like
the fact that they've been to the Upside Down so many times and they've never seen the wall, not once.
Not
one time.
Logic, it's like
you would have seen the friggin' wall. Also, not nothing, but the ceiling, right? Like if you look up, you would have seen a ceiling there
or something.
That's where Holly fell out of. She fell out of the abyss into the Upside Down. So if you look up, there should have been like the vines and crap. There would be a ceiling and a wall.
Whatever it was.
You'd very clearly be able to tell you're in some kind of box or something.
Right.
Well, that's how you know they didn't know what they were going to do going into season 5.
No.
Because,
No.
like, making the Upside Down a bridge between the two worlds, it's a nice idea. It's a cool concept.
Oh,
You're telling me...
I think it was pretty awesome. I just wish we got it sooner.
Well, yeah. And that's what I was getting at is, are you telling me that Henry is the only person who knew that? Like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of plot holes, but
yeah. We're
when
here
it-
to critique.
when it started though, and like, you know, Robin's like happy and she's on the radio and they show like the void and it's just like covered up with steel plates like they do road work, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
that would take
Okay.
months. So like, what escaped in the months in between?
Yeah,
That
right?
is now just like roaming around, and there was none
That
of
was
that.
such a
They were
corny
like,
start to the
we
season.
contained it.
I was
like, we're good.
I loved it, honestly.
I just wish there was
Yeah.
like a little bit more
That kind
void
of
attack, I guess.
piggybacks off what Andrew was saying, where I kind of wish we saw the immediate aftermath of the finale of season 4 when everything cracked, because I feel like the repercussions of that were almost completely null and void. There was like no repercussions for the world
Unintended.
splitting as far as like the damages that happened to Hawkins. Obviously, you know, houses were destroyed, roads were split, and all that crap, but like nothing came out of the void, and people clearly hadn't fallen through the void.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like,
yeah.
I don't know, it just seemed like they were just doing it as a weird environment thing.
And like, I don't know, yeah.
Because they weren't using that as their way to get in and out. They had a straight up portal that they were going through.
And you're telling me like
door.
nobody like went down to see what was in there?
That's what I mean. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Nobody. And then
Yeah.
season 5 arguably introduces one of the worst characters the show's ever introduced, in that new lady who, when I first saw her, I was jacked up because I'm like, that's Sarah Connor from The Terminator. Like that's Linda Hamilton, and I was like, this is gonna be awesome.
She did nothing.
Like, her
Literally.
character does nothing. They just tried to reinvent Dr. Brenner as a woman. That's all it was.
Literally.
They don't even need her. They could have just left us with, you know, the military dude that was in charge.
Right.
He died. They should have just left him and had him be the bad guy.
Yeah, like a Quaritch Avatar type of guy.
Yeah. Because she didn't do literally anything.
No.
She didn't even deliver any important exposition.
Nope.
She did nothing.
Right.
Like, does she even die? Does she die? I don't even remember.
No, she just disappears at the end. At the end.
I
of
don't
the
think
season.
she. No, the whole government thing, like,
Just
I hate it.
stops.
Yeah,
I was-
that I did hate. There was no conclusion to the government.
no, there
thing.
wasn't. And you know what they could have just done? They could have just killed them.
Right.
I'm so bloodthirsty.
Right.
I don't know in this episode, but
Right.
like, that's how you finish their story. You off them. They realize, oh fuck, we don't know what we're dealing with. No, you don't. Boom.
Yeah.
No, because I remember after it ended, I looked over at Cassie and I go, "What the fuck happened with the military?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, Mommy?" I'm like, "They were all there, and then they left. They up and left
They went
as
home.
if nothing happened."
Right.
They all walk out of the the portal from the Upside Down into the actual world or wherever they are, and they're all like, "We're looking for Elle," and Elle's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go in there and die," and then everyone else is like, "Okay, cool," and then like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
They're like, "Well, time to pack up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It was kind of a weird conclusion.
it was
Yeah,
weird,
yeah.
but like, okay, so going into the season, I picked like one of the kids was probably gonna die. I figured one of the adults would die, but I wasn't sure which one. Like, I thought we were gonna get 2 or 3. But like Andrew said, more as we went along, and like we got to the point where Elle is like, I need to die because this won't stop until I do. I was like, okay, I'm okay with that, mostly because then if like Jonathan died, like why? There's no
Right.
reason.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's just do it this way. I kind of actually appreciated it more, and I definitely went into it like wanting blood. Like, people need to die, like, to
Yeah.
make this exciting.
And it's like,
I do think though having people die is set stakes. If you get halfway through the season and you are now under the impression that everybody's safe, it means the rest of the season you're never gonna feel tense. Anytime a character's
And
in
then-
a tough spot, you're not gonna think they're actually gonna die.
and then every time you think it's gonna happen, it doesn't.
and then they don't. It's. I think you do need some kind of.
When Eleven's sister died, who no one cared about.
No one cared about.
It was like, I was sad for the fact that it was part of the story.
Didn't even care.
And I was like, okay, well, that's too bad. She's gone. And I'm like, that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
When they revealed,
like,
I was
thought,
like, oh, good. Okay.
I was like, you know what? Like, I'll give her a chance. And then I did, and I was like, I shouldn't have given you that chance.
Yeah.
But they characters I thought were gonna die. I thought Murray was gonna go.
He probably should have went, to be honest.
I thought he was gonna go. I thought Mr. Clark was gonna go too.
Yeah, that's whatever.
I feel like that would have been a good, like, Agent Coulson death that brings everyone together. Not that they needed it.
Leave the librarian waiting for him at the house, man.
Right. I don't know. I do feel like a Byers death would have been good, like a Jonathan, because like you got Nancy who's there, and Steve comes around, and then obviously he's got Will and Joyce. Like that would have been a traumatic one if you were gonna do one.
And I think, and I've heard this said elsewhere by others, and I'm sure you have too. They can't kill Will.
Nope.
Because, like, you know, the whole show
stems from him getting sucked into the Upside Down.
Right, finding him, and then, you know, Joyce, the whole story is about her protecting her son.
Right.
And, like, which is why I thought she would have been it would have been awful if they killed her. Like, that would have been heartbreaking. But we could have used that.
Right. Yeah.
Like, when you know it's the last season of the show, like, maybe they'll reboot it. They'll go, like, It Part 2 and make them all adults later on. It's like, okay, but we're not there yet. And you're advertising this as the last season, the last chapter. Like, you got nothing to lose.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
I also think that like 20-minute segment right before Will gets his powers is like the 20 best minutes of the show ever. Like action wise.
I agree. Yeah.
Like that whole like one take shootout with the government and the Demogorgons and Will getting his powers, like that epic shot of like who's doing that? Like what happened? Like but like you're still excited for the camera pan and just to see him. And you're like, finally, this dude gets his moment.
We did get one of the best comedic scenes. I remember I died laughing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. When they were evacuating the kids out of the bunk and the girl opens the door, Mike and Will are down on the sink. And they go, Mr. What's it? And she peers over and this little kid just has his head above the hole in the ground.
It's a sound effect.
Yeah, they play this like sound effects. It was the funniest thing.
I was like, what the fuck? I think I rewinded that to make sure I wasn't just like, yeah.
I rewound it like 4 times.
Nice.
Like, Mr. What's it?
That was so funny because it was so unexpected. That sound effect was so unnecessary.
It was.
Eyes like bulged open too, and then he just disappeared
into the hole.
That was so funny.
No, that was awesome. Sorry, Steve, you gonna say something?
No, I was gonna ask Colby. Like, you saw the season finale in the theater. What was that like?
I did. I do think that it boosted my thoughts on the finale. I think I definitely liked it better in theater than I would have at home. Not that I think it was bad, but I think the experience of it made it more fun. Mm-hmm. So first, to put into perspective, the way it worked was because it was, I don't know the technicalities of it, but basically because it's a TV show and it was played in a theater, the tickets are technically free. So because of that, you get a voucher that reimburses it. So everybody gets a $20 food voucher. Now we went to AMC Boston Common and we got their extra.
Does that guarantee you a seat? Like a
certain seat? Reserve your spot or something.
Buy the ticket. Yeah. And it's like a normal ticket, but technically you get reimbursed with a $20 food voucher.
Gotcha.
I see.
So you get
that makes sense.
But it's the same cost as the ticket. So you're basically just getting free food.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyways, but every single ticket gets that. So we got there like an hour and a half early, and I've never seen a line at
I've seen videos of this
line longer than this in my entire life. Like never for any Star Wars movie, never for like an Infinity War or Endgame. We waited almost an hour in the concession stand.
Wow.
It was wild. But we got into the theater. The theater was completely sold out. Every single showing was. The vibe in the theater was pretty good. Like everybody was very energetic and excited. Every time something happened, everybody. And I know some people don't like when theaters react to stuff, but I'm in it for that. Like in the moment, it's fun. So like anytime something big happened on screen, everybody was super energetic and all that stuff. So I think it was definitely fun. Plus, obviously, just seeing it on a massive screen makes the experience better. I think it just, I don't know what it does, but it just makes watching so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had been able to. I didn't.
It was definitely a worth it experience.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing that made the finale better for me is I didn't watch part whatever series B, whatever the hell it was. The penultimate episode. We didn't watch that when it first dropped. We waited to watch that until the day the finale came out, because we literally watched that and immediately drove to the theater to go watch the finale. So I watched those episodes back to back.
Yeah.
So I think that also helped my experience. I think if I had watched that and then waited whatever it was, a week for the finale to come out, I think it could have also been lower. But I think watching them back to back was definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like because I remember when Volume 2 dropped, I watched it within 2 days or so. And then I waited and then like that weekend I had gone out to the bar with some of my sister's friends and my cousins and stuff, and I was talking to one of her friends about Stranger Things, and she was telling me how she'd watched it and she was, excited for the finale. And then I went back the following week, which was after the finale had dropped, and same person I was talking to was telling me about how she felt like she should have done that. She should have spaced out the episodes more, because she felt like there was a bigger gap between Volume 2 and the finale than we were anticipating. And I agree with that, because I watched the finale, I think New Year's Day, January 1st or 2nd.
Yeah.
And as I started watching it, I'm like, I probably should have rewatched the last 20 minutes of the last episode before this anyway. But yeah.
What did you think of Will's coming out party?
I mean,
I thought it was. I don't think he's a great actor, to be honest with you.
No,
and I think that scene really showed that he's not a great actor. And I think a lot of the actors and actresses in the room with him did not have great reactions.
And I think
it was kind of rough to watch.
I don't think that was a conversation that the whole cast needed to hear.
Absolutely
I think
not.
Joyce, yeah. Mike,
Joyce and Jonathan,
yeah,
they should have been there.
If
Maybe
Mike's
Mike.
there, yeah, but not Hopper and Steve didn't need to hear that. Murray doesn't need to hear that.
I also think
Mr. Clark doesn't need to hear that.
I don't know if I personally misread the situation or if I was right with this. However, leading up to that, everything we had seen with Will so far, everything that had happened to him, he had just gotten his powers and stuff. He mentioned to Joyce, they were having a conversation, a very one-on-one intimate conversation. And then he dropped something along the lines of, he's like, there's one other, they were talking about Vecna specifically. And he said something about, there's one other thing about, super important to this that I haven't told anybody. And then he sits down and has the coming out conversation. I thought he was going to say something, reveal something else super important regarding Vecna and how to take him down. But then he had that conversation. I don't know if I misread that, but I thought that was really weird, because I was like, I feel like that's what we were leading up to.
I disagree. I think I knew that that's what was coming, only because I don't know, they had been heavily
Well, Robin kind of set it up.
Yeah, that was a big part of it. Like the first couple seasons, and I didn't realize this until I rewatched the show itself. But there were this was something that had been planned from the beginning.
Well, it wasn't,
and then it didn't become more prevalent until this season, though. But so, like Steve said, like him and Robin, they had the best dynamic. I was so happy whenever those characters were together. But then that's kind of like how I knew, like, all right. Well, he said like there's something that like Vecna knows that's holding me back, which is the key. Like, and then it's something about like not being scared of yourself. When he's like kind of how he'd phrased that, I had an idea that's what was coming, but I can see how it could be misinterpreted.
Well, I knew he was going to have a coming out scene. I knew that was coming, but I just didn't think that was the right time and place for it. At the momentum of the show at that time, I feel like it came to a halt when he had that scene. It was like a 15-minute scene, maybe not really that long, but it felt like a 15-minute scene. And it was super awkward when everybody's responding to him and stuff. It was just really weird. I feel like the show just came to like almost a halt when that scene came up.
And when you said that their reactions were not like...
Their reactions were not great.
And I wonder if... When you say that, do you mean as actors or as characters?
I think it's both. I think the reactions just came off awkward.
I felt like, yes, because I feel like the kids would have an easier time accepting that than I think Hopper and Steve may be like, because they were both, I think, the two that didn't need to be there at all. But like when I was watching the scene, I was looking at their reactions because being gay in the 80s is not
easy,
generally
not
accepted thing by everybody. So I was looking to see if there was anyone who was giving him a side eye there, and Steve was not as tuned into it, but he wasn't looking the other way, which is a Steve thing. Yeah. Like that's in character for him. But I don't know if that's what you had meant by that or not.
No, I just like whatever their line deliveries. I just felt like they just came off very plain. Like it didn't seem like they were very sincere with how they were responding to him.
And like you're right, and it's like I think it's one of those things you don't. I think none of them knew what they were walking into there.
Right. No.
Maybe they all thought it was like you that like, oh, he's got the answer to our problems right here, because that is what stems into it anyway. Like that conversation is what leads Steve to actually having the answer to this show. But yeah, no, this scene also went on way too long. Like
it was way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may not have been the most effective scene acting wise and like the way it was delivered and stuff, but I think they were just trying to convey like he always is afraid. He's afraid of everything, and that's why he hasn't been able to reach his like full power potential.
Yeah.
So if he got rid of the last thing on his mind that made him afraid, he could reach his full potential. Now, did he really? No. Like, he didn't fight Vecna in the Mind Flayer monster, but he helped. So, like, I guess, but yeah, it would have been, I think it was just more of like, they needed to tie up that loose end because everyone kind of thought about it. There's like that awkward meme where like Will like turns his head and cries in the back of the van that we all know. Like, they had to like tie that loose end up. Yeah, it was definitely a little strange. Especially to end
Mike
an episode.
Was sitting right next to him during that scene.
Who was?
When Will's crying in the car. Mike's sitting right next to him.
Not even like
Jonathan's the only one who picks up on it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, that was a weird scene.
That being said, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think my favorite part, maybe not of the, I don't know, just the part that stands out to me from the finale was when Joyce took out Vecna.
Well, cutting off the head.
Said, you fucked with the wrong family.
Yeah, like that fuck was nice.
I was in my living room watching it and I started clapping.
Yep.
I love that part. I think Joyce might be my favorite character.
When they get up to the abyss and like that tree thing starts to move and it turns into the Mind Flayer, being a giant like kaiju like Godzilla, King Kong monster movie fan, I got so excited.
That was
I was
cool
like,
too.
the
The
Mind
visuals.
Flayer is an actual giant monster, like instead of just like this void or this like
Right.
black cloud.
I'm thinking of
got
like
so
Galactus
excited.
in the OG Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
When I saw that scene, that's when I said, I wish I saw this in theaters.
Yep. Well, and then L goes like Super Saiyan Goku and just like flies through inside of it. I was like, we're going full superhero movie now, and I couldn't be more happy. And
No,
I thought
I'm
I wasn't
right there
gonna
with you.
be, because you knew it was gonna be a final battle between Vecna and L, but the fact that it was like inside the Mind Flayer's rib cage with the kids
they were all
in there was so cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty genius.
I had a thought, but it left my mind.
Sorry, I got excited about that.
No, that's all right.
Derek, I'm sorry, delightful Derek.
Dipshit Derek.
Yeah,
I love that kid.
I liked him too. Yeah,
that kid is going places.
Yep,
and doing things.
I want to see him in everything. I think he's the funniest fucking kid I've ever seen.
I do think we spent a little bit too much time with Henry and not enough time with Vecna. There's a lot of Henry. I was like, I don't care about Henry as an act. Like, I don't care about the actor when he looks like the actor. I want to see Vecna. Like, I want to see the bad dude. I mean, when he turned into Vecna and almost caught Max, and then Will like took over his body, like that was badass.
That was that
and
was
like
cool.
when he like shape shifts from Henry to Vecna real quick and like tilts his head back, I'm like, oh, full horror movie. Love that. Like, there's like little moments in this season that were awesome.
I have a long thing, so you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, I wish we just got a little bit more explanation about the Dimension X and the scientist that had the briefcase and stuff inside of it.
Yeah.
I wish there was a little bit more backstory to that kind of stuff.
So what is the rock? Was there a rock in there or something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think any of that is answered in the Stranger Things play?
It might be. I don't know. And honestly, if it is, I think that's stupid because that's stuff that
I agree, but yeah.
Yeah. We answer your questions in this book here. That's 350 pages.
Right. Find out more here. There was a theory which came at the end of Volume 1 after Will was revealed to be Powers that in order to, in D&D, to defeat Vecna, you need to roll a 20. And the theory was that 11 is 11, and her sister is 8. So those two together make 19, and they thought that Will was because
the new one.
Yeah, because Vecna /Henry/1 is making his own. Took up all those kids. They would be numbered, but Will was his first that he took. So there was the theory that the three of them would be working together.
It kind of did
to take him down. Yeah, and then there was another one with the same concept, but instead of it being 11, 8, and Will, it would have been Will, but Will would 11 and Will. Except Will was going to be like number 12 or something, which it rolled up to 21, and there was some other like thing that happens if you roll a 21, which I thought would have been neat too. But like they had like their like Avengers Assemble moment with Elle and then Max coming into and like all the ones who like can do something there, and I really enjoyed that too.
Yep. What were our thoughts on Conformity Gate?
You know, whoever came up with that, good job.
Okay, so
you sold a lot of people.
I mean, it initially sold me because I did. Was like, also in my head, I was like, there's a 5% chance this is real because like I just don't agree that it's gonna happen, but I wanted it to. Because I also think like if they actually pulled that off, where they sold it that this is the season finale, but then you find out it was all like a dream or a like a in Vecna's head or like whatever, and there was an actual another episode, that would have been like some gangster all-time shit.
That really,
would have been one of the coolest marketing things ever done in television.
Somebody's gonna do it now.
But here's the thing. anybody that didn't like the finale, and I've talked to a handful of people that really did not like the finale. I've asked them why. What would you have changed? And none of them have had really valid answers.
Right.
It's always just, it wasn't what I was expecting, which is fine.
Most finales aren't.
Right.
But
it's hard to have a good
those
finale.
People were thinking that there was going to be a secret episode coming out, and I think that was just
so I guess the question is, like, would you have enjoyed it more if Conformity Gate wasn't a phenomenon?
I just don't understand. I never fell for that. The second I started seeing people talking about that, I was like, these people are stupid. Like, there's not a secret episode that's going to drop. That's just not going to happen. And Netflix, even if they were going to try to pull some really cool stunt stuff with that, as awesome as that would be, Netflix would not be the studio that would be doing that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So for me, I learned about Conformity Gate before seeing the finale. So like, but like
that makes sense.
But like the date for it hadn't happened yet, so there was still like hope, I guess, in a sense. But like I watched the finale, and if you know anything about the finale, is like it has a Return of the King ending. Like the movie, like the action ends, and then there's 25-30 more minutes because like Tolkien always wanted to end Lord of the Rings with like the long happy ending, and that's kind of what they did. And that's, the Duffers were inspired by that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's no way they're going to do a 30-minute Return of the King ending and then have a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
Like, if it ended on an action sequence, I'd be like, there's probably more. Like, but once I saw that, I was like, there's no way they're doing this episode.
In that epilogue, then a theory that had gone around a lot, which I'm so happy didn't happen, was that the whole thing was going to be them playing a D&D game.
Yeah, that would have been awful.
I'm so happy. But like there was they were doing like some kind of montage, and it was implied that like Mike became a writer, like, and he was typing there, and I was like, if this story is one of his books, I was gonna like freak out.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy they didn't do that.
Right.
And kind of piggybacking off what Steve was talking about with the documentary and how the Duffer Brothers looked like idiots. Do you think that they woke up to the Conformity Gate thing and they're like, holy shit, so many people thought our finale was so bad that they think we have a secret second finale that we're dropping? Like, do you think they woke up to see that and were like, we're fucked?
I think they saw the Conformity Gate thing was like, let's put this documentary together.
Like, I'm just saying, like, if I were them and I woke up to see that, to that reaction that so many people hated the finale so much that they thought I was joking.
Yeah.
I had to be. Yeah. There's no way that I released an actual finale and that this is just a ploy and I've got a backup one coming out in 3 days.
Right.
If I saw that, I would be so self-conscious about my writing skills going forward. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that tells you everything you need to know. I liked it, but so many people did not like the finale.
Yeah, see, like, the documentary makes them look bad, but I think they did an incredible job of making an incredible show. Like, not many shows can end pretty positive. Like, some of these shows end. It
takes a lot.
Like, Game of Thrones was the biggest show on planet Earth, and they screwed the pooch. Like, that show is still regarded as, like, so good and then so bad. Like,
the worst
so bad.
ending to a show, yeah.
I don't think you're going to get that with Stranger Things. I think people in, like, 5 years are going to be like, you should go watch Stranger Things. It's a really good show.
My sister watched Game of Thrones for the first time, and right before she went back to college, I had forgotten. I was like, "Hey, Jules," I'm like, "Did you finish Game of Thrones?" She went, "Yeah," and I was like, "All right, we don't need to say anything else."
Right.
Like, we do not need to talk about that.
Like, overall, like, I think it's like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 of a show.
Like
they
I don't say that easily. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't watch a ton of shows start to finish every season. Like, I don't have a laundry list. I'd rather watch movies, but I do like shows. Mm-hmm. It's probably a top 10 show for me.
Yeah.
For me too.
And like I said, anybody that I've talked to that doesn't like the finale, I've asked them, like, what would you have changed? And nobody has any valid things that they would change or what they want. It's always just, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Right.
And I'm like, but what were you thinking it was going to be? Like, what did you want? Aside from a list of people you wanted to see die, what exactly were you looking for? Did you want to see Vecna win? Like, did you want a Thanos situation? Like, what do you want?
So are we in agreement that Elle is alive somewhere?
I think she's dead.
I think so.
I don't know.
I feel
like that they shouldn't have put that in there if she was dead.
Well,
like to give us something to think about.
I think that they put it in there as a back gate in case they need to revive this show 5 years from now.
You know, that's exactly what I think it is.
She is absolutely alive.
Because you know what you do is you do a Stranger Things show in 5 to 7 years, and then in the last episode of season 1, they can't defeat whatever, and then she shows up, and you're like, holy fucking shit! Like,
or it's some mystery where they have to go find her,
right? But like, I think she's dead, but like, I understand why they did that, because then you can pull. It's like when you don't die on screen, you can always pull a character back in because
body. I mean, hell, half the time if there's a body nowadays, they still bring people back. It doesn't.
I know, right?
So, just quick sidebar. I have the Rams Seahawks game on my phone right next to me, just to have on. And I looked over, and it's a Stranger Things ad, but it's one of those like Dorito commercial things. But I just looked down at my phone, and I saw Nancy and Jonathan, and then like Demogorgons, and I'm like, "What the?" That's all. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm high on it though. I was.
Yeah, no, me too.
I enjoyed it.
I would probably. I'd rank this one. The season as a whole, maybe above 4 for sure. I think it's on par or right around season 3. I don't know if I'd put it above season 3 yet, but it's close.
Yeah, I know. I might go 1-5. I liked 5 a lot.
Yeah,
1-5, 2, 3, 4.
I might put it above 3. I think I could do 1, 2, 5, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about the finale?
Oh. We were doing the finale as a separate thing.
Like, what would be?
Good. I think it might be the best finale.
I would put. Oh yeah, I got you.
Of all the seasons 5. I mean, if you're gonna have your best finale, you might as well have it in your last season.
Yeah, save the best for last.
Just concluded well, because if we're also because we're gonna do the whole finale, that means I would say the conclusion with all the people afterwards and everything. Like, I like how they wrapped everything up.
Right.
I think it was a satisfying ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I liked it.
Any other?
It was strange, and things happened, and I liked it.
Oh, I have an idea for a name.
Oh man, I would love to know, and you'll never know, or I don't know, it might be out there, but what Netflix numbers looked like a couple hours after this final episode dropped, because Netflix basically hung their hats on Stranger Things for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if their viewership
just long enough till they could buy out Warner Brothers.
Right. Like, I wonder if their memberships dropped off.
I was gonna say it's the membership numbers that I guarantee you dropped off. I guarantee you people are not renewing their subscriptions.
Because I don't watch it as much as I used to. That's for sure.
I never use Netflix.
Well, yeah. It's the first of its kind. Is really what it was,
right.
Which is,
But I always kind of like Netflix is like like if you had to pick a show that like HBO back in the day was like Sopranos, like that was their thing, that was their show, that was like their linchpin thing, and I feel like
started that.
Netflix is Stranger Things, so like what's next?
I just started watching. I'm almost done with season 1 of Designated Survivor.
Oh, okay.
It's really good. The first season is really good.
I started Pluribus.
I haven't watched that one.
Which is Vince Gilligan, same guy as Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I know a few of my coworkers are nerds like us, and they're watching Fallout right now. I don't know if either of you watched it. Yeah, so I've never played that game, but one of my coworkers told me he's never played the game and he loves the show still. So
Season 1 was awesome.
I have that on my docket for eventually getting around to.
I've only dabbled in the games, but season 1 was awesome. Walton Goggins is the best.
And I started watching it because my mom had it on. The Pit on HBO.
Oh, like the medical series.
Yeah, it's the concept is nice. It's like every episode is like an hour.
Right.
And like it's literally like the first episode is hour 1, the second is hour 2.
Right.
And it's like the first season is 24 hours, so it's like a day.
Yeah.
So I like the concept of that too.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's nice is coming off the Stranger Things rewatch, because I've discovered over the last couple of years that like my favorite genre is definitely sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
So like Stranger Things being sci-fi, horror, whatever. Pluribus has like a lot of elements of sci-fi in it.
Yeah.
So it's like, but not as crazy as Stranger Things, not like, monsters, but like a sci-fi element, like an alien element, but not, we haven't seen it yet kind of thing. So it's like, it's nice to be like still in that universe of sci-fi epic kind of things. So I'm enjoying that. But yeah, nice. Fallout's probably next.
Yeah, you don't have to have played the games to enjoy the show.
I did season 1. I really like season 1. I just have to start season 2. And I still haven't watched.
I'm like halfway through rewatching season 1.
Yeah. And then I still haven't.
Season 2 is pretty good.
I still haven't watched The Last of Us the second season either. But I've heard bad things, so.
True. I won't go into detail, but they're true.
Okay. Well, I know you lose Pedro pretty early.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. So
it's the one thing I know about the show.
And like I know the actress who plays Abby is a good actress, but she's not good for that role because she's not like jacked. Because I know Abby was like jacked in the games.
The problem is I won't go into too much detail, but to surmise what it is, season 1 was such a faithful recreation of the game.
Yeah,
it was like almost a 1-for-1 remake of the game, which is why season 1 was such a success. Season 2, they've taken a lot of liberties and changed and added a bunch of stuff, and I think a lot of the character roles, just the actors and actresses, don't fit the roles that well.
Mm-hmm.
Not compared to the high that season 1 was, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I got a clicker tattooed on my shin because of season 1.
Yeah.
I need to get
season 2 might be moved.
I need to get a Demogorgon now. Or that kaiju mind flayer monster. Yeah, Stranger Things. It's over.
Is that all we have for Stranger Things? Is that it?
So.
Are we done?
So
what's our?
We're gonna think again?
Wait, no, probably not. We will. Favorite character overall?
Steve.
Overall.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Steve. Steve or Hopper.
I'm gonna say Joyce. I think
Joyce.
Yeah.
Worst character overall.
Cassie hates Joyce.
Really?
Really?
But she also hates Winona Ryder.
Okay.
Really?
She just doesn't like. I think she told me she doesn't like her voice.
It can be tough.
Yeah. I get that.
Worst character.
Callie, is that her name?
Oh, why? Yeah. How am I blanking? Yeah, obviously it's 8. It's Callie.
Was that her?
Oh,
okay, was Callie? I couldn't even remember her name.
Yeah, 8's pretty. Although she's in like 3 episodes, but she's pretty bad.
Yeah, I guess
those 3 episodes
mainstream characters. Yeah, mainstream characters.
I don't like Jason, the like boyfriend, season 4. He's pretty terrible.
Yeah. I don't particularly hate any of the main cast.
I mean, the Linda Hamilton character in season 5 sucks.
Yeah.
I don't even remember her name. Doctor or whatever.
If I had to pick somebody from the main crew, I think I'd pick Jonathan.
I was between Jonathan and Erica, if she's considered main crew.
Because Jonathan in season 1 was a creep. He was creepy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. And they never addressed that after season 1.
No. I liked how Sim and Steve rekindled.
Yeah.
They had their moment.
I'd probably go.
And I liked. What did you guys think about Nancy and Jonathan's breakup scene?
I didn't care about the characters at all.
I didn't.
So
that was one thing. The other thing was I didn't realize that was a breakup scene.
Oh yeah, I realized it was a breakup scene immediately.
I mean, I knew that's what they were going with it, but I didn't know if it was resulting with them actually breaking up or like trying to move forward together.
Yeah, I knew they weren't going to stick around because after season 4, I was like, their relationship can't keep going. It can't.
No.
I think main cast I could do without Lucas still. He just doesn't add much.
Yeah.
I know he's got the Max storyline, but like it'd be fine if she was just like a standalone character.
I know.
She don't need no man.
I love Dustin. I know some people are annoyed by Dustin, but I love Dustin.
I love Dustin.
I love Dustin too. See him in this last season. I was not.
I didn't like the riff him and Steve.
I wasn't.
No,
yeah,
that was tough.
That was hard.
It was just annoying.
Yeah,
he was, and I hate because he was such a good character.
Well, I mean, I hate Brenner too. He was in a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I think that's because you just hate the character too.
Right. It's good if acting if you can hate the character you're supposed to hate.
But I'd say they did pretty well overall because like I know we've said that the acting sometimes isn't fantastic, but to get 5 or 6 kids at that age and have them go 10 years in the show and like it's not terrible because like it's gone terrible with some of these things.
Oh, absolutely.
We get like kid actors and then as they get older they suck more, and you're like, ooh.
I know it was the case for Dustin, Max, and Lucas, where, and there might have been other characters, but all 3 of them had done like roles on Broadway, like theatrical acting and training they had, and I think that's and where the Duffer Brothers were casting, I think that's where they went to like look for the talent for it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Ironically, I had seen Gaten Mazzano, is that his last name?
Mazzarato or something. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. When he was in Sweeney Todd with Josh Groban. And I didn't know he was in the show until like he came out onto the stage as a character.
Nice.
And that was just like, whoa. And I don't have the picture on me. I do, but I'm not gonna look for it now. But I did a stage show after, so I do have a selfie with him.
Nice.
He's not looking at the camera, but
close enough.
You know? Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah, I do think there's a clear distinction between the Broadway kids and the other ones. I don't know if Will, Mike, or 11 have ever been in anything prior to Stranger Things, but I do think they're clearly the 3 worst actors in the show. They're really rough.
I'm pretty sure all of them have guest starred on Law and Order.
Nice.
Because if you're an actor, you've done that. It seems.
Well, it seems like everyone's doing well post Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like almost everybody in the main cast. Because like
Noah Schnapp's gonna start a Stranger Things podcast.
I saw that. Well, because he's the only one not going anywhere, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like there's rumors like Lucas will be Miles Morales in some way, shape, or form.
Which I've said I wanted that for a while.
And Max is in the new Spider-Man. And I know 11 is doing like Enola Holmes and a bunch of other Netflix stuff. She's like a Netflix baby now.
Yeah. I don't think she's a good actress. And I think that her with Netflix films really shows that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, she was in that terrible movie with Chris Pratt, right? I
saw that, The Electric State.
I heard it was terrible. I never watched it, but I heard it was terrible.
It was rough.
The Enola Holmes movies aren't bad. I've seen both of those. No. They're like Sherlock.
I don't like
either.
Was he in Ghostbusters? Wasn't he like the son in Ghostbusters? Yeah, he's all right. I don't have anything against him necessarily, but
I
don't know what Dustin, is he in anything moving forward? I know Joe Keery, Steve has like a movie coming out in a few weeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cold Storage.
Hey, more. Yeah, Cold Storage. Yeah. Yep. That's with like Liam Neeson or something.
Good for him.
Yeah. Big deal.
Right.
If Liam Neeson's still a big deal, I'm not really sure.
He's a name.
He's still a household name.
Yeah, he's in Naked Gun last year.
Sure.
Still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I will eventually.
I haven't seen
But yeah, Stranger Things it is.
I think that'll wrap
That's
it up.
Stranger Things, everybody.
I can't wait to see in Avengers Secret Wars or Doomsday when Red Guardian meets up with Human Torch.
And 11 shows up.
And then I can just hear David Harbour going, "So you turn into fire. I have seen Stranger Things."
That's
If that doesn't happen, I'm gonna be really upset.
Full hate if that happens.
Oh, I'm gonna sit next to you, Colby.
Oh,
All right.
I'll be so
Please
excited
don't
if
let-
that happens.
Me too.
Wow, that was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
and it was
Impressive.
all Stranger Things.
It was mostly
You
Stranger
did good.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not
Hey,
bad.
this is weird. All right. Well, so thank you for listening. This is maybe the first episode we've gone through where we have not mentioned McDonald's and had conversation about it.
I had it yesterday.
Progress, if nothing else.
It was delicious.
It's actually been a week for me. Tomorrow will be a week.
You must be having withdrawals.
I'm not, which is even more concerning. But
You should probably go tomorrow for breakfast.
yeah, if I can get out of my house. Yeah, right. Anyways, so coming up soon, we've got things planned. We're gonna be doing our, I don't know if we're gonna do it this order or not, but what we do have coming up is our top 10 for 2025 in review. We're just our recap of the year, things we liked, things we didn't like. That'll be a casual thing there. Then after that, we will be doing our 2025 film Final Fantasy kind of thing we did, where the beginning of 2025, we each selected 6 films we thought were going to perform well with critics, and we will see the results of that. Following that episode, we will be doing our 2026 predictions. That episode probably will not come out until February or March, but we are recording them in January.
Trying to.
Yes, yeah.
Well, we could probably
We will someday get back on track and finish the other 2 movies in our top 5 list.
Yes, I think that's
Our
the.
goal
I
is-
think there's more than 2 left.
Was it Groundhog?
Is there
Groundhog's
more?
Day is next.
Groundhog Day was next, yeah, for that.
Well,
Well,
we could do 2025 results and 2026 draft in the same go.
Probably, yeah.
So
Yeah, that's probably won't take much. All right, well, you'll know when they come out. So, thank y'all for listening.
thank you.